You've heard of monk mode, but I'm willing to bet you've never heard of intermittent monk mode. Now, in the self-improvement space, we have this problem of people trying to sell you the same idea, but repackaged for a novelty factor to get new clicks. But just hear me out for a second. The idea of monk mode is set on the precedent that you just rip the band-aid off, right? You go completely cold turkey. If you're able to move houses, you move houses and you completely change your environment and you just go hard, right? You start hitting the gym 6 days a week. You start working like a lot of hours. You start eating completely clean, no fab, everything. You start only drinking water, and that works for some people, but there's a lot of people for whom that doesn't work. They need to be eased into it gradually, right? And what intermittent monk mode is it provides a different perspective to that. And all self-improvement is there's no one specific way to become successful, right? You just need to find what works for you and you run home with it, right? There's some people who need to start waking up early, 4 a.m. every day, and they start doing that. And then there's some people who wake up whatever time they want, and then they work hard for the rest of the day, and they do different things, etc. All you need to do is find what works for you, and you just run home with it, right? So all I'm doing here is trying to provide a different perspective for some of those people who need something different to try to help them become more productive. Now, what intermittent monk mode is, right? And it's based on this quote that I was reading in Atomic Habits. It was one of the few quotes that stuck out to me. And basically what the quote was is that you do not rise to the level of your goals, but you fall down to the level of your systems. It's quite self-explanatory, right? And this opened my eyes to the fact that people that are successful, you hear all about consistency, and you sort of just brush over it because you're used to hearing it. But when you really do think about it, right? And there's another quote that was in Atomic Habits that got me, and it was that your bad days hurt you a lot more than your successful days help you. And to put this in a simple illustration, right? If even I can use NoFap. Okay, let's use NoFap for example. You want to go on a streak, right? If you go 6 days without fapping or anything like that, and then the 7th day you relapse, right? That one day has been more significant. I mean, I've spoken about how bad streaks are and everything are for you, but just for the sake of the analogy, just stick with me, right? That one day has kind of ruined your progress for the 6 days, right? And what he was using, the example he used was he was using $100, right? If you have $100 and you get an extra 50% on it, right? That's $50, right? You've gotten a 50% increase, right? $50. Now you've got $150. But now, for you to lose that $50 from $150, that's only a 33% loss, right? So that 33% loss has cost the same as a 50% gain, right? Now, if you're still struggling to keep up with the maths, just go, you can work it out on your calculator afterwards, or just go search it up in Atomic Habits, right? You can literally just Google it, you'll find the analogy. But I hope you guys get what I'm trying to say. A bad day will hurt you a lot more than your successful days help you. If you have a 365 day year, right? If you have 180 days that are good and you have 185 days that are bad, you've had a bad year, right? Because that's just how it works. It's ruthless that way. So it's important to make sure that your bad days are not that bad. When you're at your worst, you're still doing something, right? So all self-improvement is to become consistent. All you need to do is make sure that even on your worst day, you're being productive, you're getting something done, right? That's all it is. Because you're not going to have that many great days. If you have, let's say you have a 365 day year again, right? And you have 50 brilliant days. That's if things go well for you. Brilliant days don't come around that often, right? You've still got 315 sort of average days, right? And let's say 100 of those are kind of bad, right? If those 100 bad days are at a good level, you're going to have a successful year, because even at your worst, you're able to produce something amazing, right? And that's all the formula for success is. It's just raising that bar for your minimum level of output, okay? So on your worst day, you're still able to go to the gym. You're still able to eat the calories you're supposed to eat. You're still able to get in a certain amount of work done, right? You'll be unstoppable, right? And yeah, so this is where getting to my intermittent monk mode that I'm trying to sell you on, right? So with monk mode, it's a full-time thing, right? And if you've watched Iman, I'm sure you've watched Iman Gaji. Hamza did something similar. He he left university, moved back home with his parents during lockdown, and he just completely ripped the band-aid off and just went cold turkey. Iman does something similar. He does 6 months monk mode and then 6 months like all out partying. But a lot of us are not able to do that. It's just difficult for us to do that. So what intermittent monk mode is just making sure that you optimize your day, that you have like a specific period where you are just a monk mode. So for me, what it was you wake up early, right? Okay, this is big. You just write out like 3, 4, 5, like your biggest goals that you need to achieve that day. That if you were to achieve those goals every single day, you would be successful, right? So what's that going to be? To get a good body, you're going to need to hit the gym, right? You're going to need to work. You need to get into your 4 hours of deep work. I always talk about your 4 hours of deep work. You need to get into those hours of deep work, whether that's studying, and then if you want to like work on your business outside of that, then maybe you add like another hour, right? If you're to do, okay, let's say those are like your main 3 things. If you to do those are my main 3 things. If I want to do those every single day, right? Even on my worst day, I'll be successful like within a year or 2, okay? And that's all like intermittent monk mode is. So for me, it was that I go to sleep at a certain time, I get my 8 hours of sleep, I wake up, I hit the gym, I shower, and then I do my 4 hours of deep work, right? And I wake up early, so by the time I finish, that would have been 11 a.m., right? So every single day, so I go to sleep at 8 p.m. and then by the time I finish my 4 hours of deep work the next day, it's 11 a.m. So every single day, I go to sleep at 8 p.m., right? And then I wake up and I just do what I'm supposed to do. I do my gym, I shower, and then I do my 4 hours of deep work. I have like a break in between. By 11, right, if I want to do anything extra after that, I can do. But that period from when I wake up until 11 a.m. is non-negotiable. That has to be done, right? Because that's my monk mode period. Think of it like intermittent fasting. I'm sure you've tried intermittent fasting before, where you spend like you sleep, you wake up, and you have like a certain period where you're not eating, and then within like the 8-hour period or whatever, however long that period is, you're able to eat whatever you want. That's kind of like with this. Until 11 a.m. every day, and this is because I'm in an exam period, so I'm not going to campus and everything, so I'm at home all the time basically. If you're at campus, then it's obviously different, but you want to try and implement something like this, right? So until 11 a.m. I have to do like I'm working, like I'm completely focused, right? After 11 a.m. I still want to get more stuff done, because 11 a.m. until like 8 p.m. that's a lot of hours. I still want to like get some things done. I want to like read, I want to get like some extra work done or whatever. But even at my worst, I need to get that period needs to be done. Like I need to get that work done, right? And then after that, I can do what I want. If I'm feeling like I need to take a break, I can take a break, that sort of thing. And that's basically all intermittent monk mode is. It's just about raising that bar for success, even on your worst day. And that's all. If you can implement this, guys, like you're gonna find yourself being productive, right? Because that's all success is. It's making sure that even on your worst day, you're able to get like proper work done. And that's all intermittent monk mode is. So you guys let me know what you guys think of it below. If you have any other like tips for productivity, let me know in the comments, and make sure you guys subscribe and turn on post notifications so you don't miss my videos. I upload every week, every Monday. Yeah.